My next upload this morning is with regard to the ongoing matter of crime that isn't being addressed. I'm going to describe it basically as it is. It's cybercrime, it's constitutional offences, offences against the Constitution, and it's human rights abuses and it's treason, and the culprits are fully known to me. I am fully aware of who the individuals are that are speaking out of place, speaking out of terms, that have been responsible for damages to my child, that have been responsible for obstructing the judiciary, for unlawful actions and illegalities. I'm fully aware of the full facts of the circumstances that have been presented to me, that have not been addressed adequately. So it's really unfortunate that there are liabilities in society that have a loose tongue. So as they say, loose slips sink ships. And in this circumstance, there are a few little instances of culprits of very huge offence to society that have disrespected the Constitution of this country, that have been a very serious fraud, that are still causing problems. So this little upload this morning is with regard to my entitlements. I have entitlements in respect with and to and for the constitutional entitlements, my constitutional entitlements, and my human rights entitlements, obviously. There's also corporate law entitlements, and there's my marital entitlements, all of which are being highly disrespected due to a collective in Tralee, County Kerry that are stealing from my creative and intellectual property. So these individuals have used other mediums to basically engage informally and indirectly with this matter. They have used different forms of media to explain a very dangerous situation that is of their falsehoods and of their wrongdoings. So the circumstances I'm presented with are quite serious. As I'm not of common law, there is a matter that obligations have not been respected, and there has been a collective of frauds exacerbating offences. So it's quite dangerous with regard to the creative and intellectual property theft. It's quite dangerous with regard to the damages to health and well-being. It's quite dangerous, the damages to my beautiful son, from which this whole entire fiasco has arisen. My son was born on the 14th of the 10th, 2015. He was born healthy, relatively healthy, pretty healthy, quite healthy. And in January 2017, he was unlawfully separated from me. So there's a little collective in Tralee, County Kerry that are spiralling this problem way out of control. They've a penchant for disaster, and there's been few catastrophes already since they started spiritual violence against my angelic royal light body. I'm a royal angelic, and there's been a few catastrophes and a few casualties already since this collective in this town have caused these problems, stealing from my fortune. So anyway, the means and manners of these individuals that have been communicating these matters indirectly and informally with a very inaccurate basis, very inaccurate information, very inaccurate facts, are not really helping the situation. So this morning I'm just going to stipulate and clarify and establish that I am of international protection, I'm of humanitarian protection, I am of royal patronage, I am of the state protection, having worked with 3 state agencies and having a very clean track record. And I'm still awaiting for the individuals to reimburse me for the damages they have done to my health and well-being and my privacy and my personal information. Now, I have set the procedures in motion since 2017. So the entire fact that there has been a perversion of justice and damages to the upbringing of my son are all very heavy issues to be exacerbating. So it's really sensible in any conflict reconciliation of matters as such to have a process. So people can't just turn a blind eye and cause bigger problems, being careless with people's lives. So it's quite careless with regard to being an angelic light worker, for individuals to disrespect me with regard to the reparations that I am owed and the child that I gave birth to and the property that I own. It's quite dangerous also with regard to the creative, intellectual and academic fields being negatively affected for having used my experiences and my work. So I would hope the United Nations understands my stance this morning. I am of royal patronage, and in my country of Ireland there have been very dangerous wrongdoings of crime and offences against the state that are being blindsided and avoided and evaded simply to assist those that are stealing from my fortunes of creative, intellectual and financial property.